The main purpose of this video is to analyze the business and cultural challenges that multinationals face when going international, focusing on the American company Walmart and the specific challenges MNCs may confront when attempting to enter a new continent. Additionally, we will further discuss and analyze the challenges this multinational corporation failed to undertake when trying to enter the German market. Nowadays, with the ongoing advancements in technology and the convergence of the world's economy, we find ourselves in an interdependent and integrated global system. This process, known as globalization, has incentivized firms and corporations to seek for valuable opportunities which can increase revenues and reduce costs by internationalizing. Internationalization is defined as the expansion of economic activities of a firm over a country's national borders. SMEs and MNCs have exponentially grown and become globally competitive by entering foreign markets. However, as advantageous and vital this process is for firms, there are several challenges involving culture and politics that come along with it, and the firm's ability to adapt and undertake these challenges will determine its capability to internationalize effectively. In this video, we will analyze and discuss Walmart's failure in undertaking these challenges while entering the German market. Walmart Stores Inc. is a U.S.-based multinational retailing operator that is known for running large discount warehouses and superstores. The company was founded in 1962 by Sam Walton and Bud Walton with the mission to serve its customers at the lowest possible prices anytime, anywhere. In addition to the U.S., it now operates in Mexico, Africa, Canada, Chile, China, and India, and holds equity investments in Brazil, Japan, and the United Kingdom. While it has managed to successfully target these foreign markets, it has also failed at implementing the correct strategy for other types of markets.
The first challenge consists of retailing regulations, which involve the legal and political aspects coming directly from the foreign government. Regulations must be well researched to determine whether real growth is achievable and if they need to incur new expenses or modifications. While many firms attempt to maintain low costs through product standardization, it is essential to consider different cultural factors that might not satisfy the new customers. In order to stay competitive, firms must explore what the consumers really want. Psychic distance refers to the external factors that differentiate home and host countries and reduce the level of understanding of local market conditions. This distance acts as a barrier and promotes uncertainty, making it difficult for firms to make effective decisions. Another important challenge regards falling into patterns, as firms might try to follow the same strategies that work in their home country or attempt reinternationalization by following old paths that were successful in other countries. International performance refers to the execution of a firm in a foreign market and is normally measured through export sales and their intensity. Managers rely on risk-taking and knowledge transfer to gain international performance experience, but often struggle to measure this insight and therefore have trouble finding and analyzing new opportunities. Finally, management and leadership styles can sometimes clash among the host and home countries and cause those involved to be uncomfortable to the point that it becomes a real problem that prevents the firm from reaching its full potential.
As it has been mentioned earlier, companies that look for internationalization opportunities face several challenges. Dealing with national culture is one of them. In our work, we have decided to compare cultural differences with Hofstede's cultural dimensions in order to gain better understanding of Walmart's failure in Germany.
We will take a look and briefly describe 5+1 cultural dimensions of Gerd Hofstede. Those dimensions are power distance, uncertainty avoidance, masculinity, individualism, long-term/short-term orientation, indulgence. We will start with the power distance. Power distance refers to level of acceptance of unequal power distribution in society. As you can see on a graph, difference is not that large, but still, this dimension brought some critical problems for Walmart in Germany. Uncertainty avoidance describes level to which people in society feel threatened by ambiguous and unknown situations. This dimension was one of the most critical part in Walmart's failure. The next dimension is individualism, which refers to the tendency of people in one society to look after themselves and their immediate family with less emphasis on needs of society. Masculinity. This dimension shows to which extent in one society traditional masculine value as, for example, materialism, assertiveness, and lack of concern for others prevail. As we can see on a graph, in this dimension, USA and Germany are quite similar. Long-term/short-term orientation refers to extent to which culture program its members to accept delayed gratification of social, material, and emotional need. We can see on a graph that this dimension has largest distinction gap. And the last dimension, which has been added in 2010, is indulgence versus restraint. This dimension describes extent to which people try to control their desires and impulses based on the way they've been raised. Now, let's take a closer look at 3 of those dimensions and analyze what has been critical for Walmart's failure. Walmart's violation related to uncertainty avoidance were imposing management practices that worked well in USA but not in Germany. For example, forcing employees to attend morning exercises and chant "Walmart, Walmart," and requesting employees to spy and report on coworkers. Those practices consequenced in uncomfortable feeling in work and stress among employees. Related to power distance, American attitudes imposed in Germany were more authoritative decision-making and strict set of rules from higher-ranked employees, which completely ignored likes and dislikes of subordinaries. It is also necessary to mention large salary difference between higher and lower rank employees, which led to demotivation and high turnover of employees. The last analyzed dimension is individualism. In Germany, people tend to work in clusters to achieve common goal. Imposing individualistic approach was a critical mistake. One relatable example for this dimension is total ignorance of feedback from low-ranked employees for improvement of organization. No attention were paid to unfamiliarity with American work culture.
All of those mentioned examples has led to consequences that you can see on following figure.
On the other hand, we could also discuss the importance of adapting to the culture of the country that a company desires to expand in order to meet customers' needs. Not being able to understand and offer a product or service according to the local's preferences and needs could be a deal breaker. This was one of the main reasons why Walmart struggled in the German market. The first thing that a company has to address is a clear understanding of each country. This was the first miscalculation from Walmart, since they took the decision to enter into the German market with the same value proposition that turned out successful in the US. Unfortunately for Walmart, their everyday low price strategy is not the best option in Germany. In the United States, Walmart is the price leader, but in Germany there's competency and Aldi owns the territory. Also, the fact that they have more time in the market and that they are in their own country was a competitive advantage for the competence, since that allowed them to understand and therefore fulfill the customer's demands in a more comprehensive way than Walmart did. Furthermore, Walmart could not perform as desired in the aspect of customer service due to a lack of customer research regarding cultural habits. The problem lies in the misconception that treating Germans as Americans would like to be treated will work as effectively. One excellent example is that the cashiers are required to always have a smile on their faces. Those actions led the customers to feel uncomfortable, and some of them even thought that the cashiers were flirting with them, as it is not common for them to smile at strangers. One more crucial factor that the retailer did not consider was the location of its stores. In the United States, the stores are not located in the city center. It is strategically planned to reduce costs while the customers will still be willing to drive to the store. This was a strategy that failed in Germany, since clients do not use or even own a car as commonly as American clients would. The most convenient option for them is to go to a store near their homes or in the city center. This also shows the insufficient attention to the customer needs and preferences, failing to retain customers. All of the reasons above drove the clients to choose to buy groceries somewhere else, like its main competitor, Aldi.
Multinational and small and medium enterprises face a wide variety of challenges in their attempt to become international. These present themselves in different ways, and some are more predominant in certain industries. As a multinational company, Walmart struggled specifically in the cultural sector, as a misunderstanding and a lack of research were the core of their biggest problems, with their biggest challenges being the failure to meet customer needs and falling into old patterns that had worked in their home country and other expansions. Going further into the cultural aspect of the challenges faced by Walmart, we discussed Hotfet's dimensions as part of our data and found out that the big difference among the country's cultures were directly related to their challenges in this case. The challenges that the company couldn't successfully fulfill that are presented in this case study are directly related to the cultural differences between these markets.